Hey, how y'all doing? Driving, as you can probably tell, and this will be video day 5 for my spin on the 22 push-up challenge. Been thinking about what trying to put in these videos, trying to be helpful, little anecdotes, whatever. Kind of comical because I'm not trained other than what the military trained us in mental health and this, that, and the other. So I try and keep that in mind. Please, y'all, remember, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not. This is just stuff that's worked for me, stuff that advice I think might be helpful to others. It might work for you, it might not. During the process, even throughout your life, but especially if you're struggling with mental health, you have to be cautious on your surroundings, not just environment, but people. These people might have the best intentions in the world and are inadvertently either leading or pushing you down a wrong path. Kind of a case in point. With friends of ours, we're raising some broiler chickens. Right now they're about 2.5, 3 weeks old. And if you're not familiar with broiler chicks, they grow ridiculously fast. We started out with 110, and I think we're down to like 102 right now. So you do experience some loss. And right now at that stage, they're over at a friend's house and basically share resources, share labor, and come out in the end with some birds that we raised. Still got to get them processed, but not a real big deal around here. Thank God for the Amish. But we started losing some chicks, and our friend gets hold of me. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Well, day 2, she figures out, she spots a rat, and the rat is in there just doing its thing. Rats aren't welcome on any farm, so we go out, set some traps, all that fun stuff. And then she calls me the other day. We got a snake. Now, normally, at least in my own mindset, I welcome snakes, especially the big black rat snakes, as we call them. And I'll try and put a picture along with this so you can get an idea on size. And granted, they do get much bigger. This particular one was, about the same height as me, maybe a little bit taller. Either way, good 5.5 feet. Like I said, normally we do welcome rat snakes. They take care of rats and mice, do a phenomenal job. If I'm not mistaken, they also take care of other predatory snakes, some of those being poisonous. So they have their advantages. But this particular rat snake was targeting our chicks. So you can't have that. Normally, he's just trying to do his job, stay alive, take care of pests. But then he decided to come after a opportunity meal. Now, the opportunity meal is valuable to me and my family. Food, potentially a little bit of income. So, unfortunately, that negative influence had to be removed. And it doesn't do you any good to relocate. They weren't there when we got the chicks. Suddenly they're there. Well, guess what brought them? In between the rats and the chicks. Oh, hey, look, here's a meal. Oh, look, there's a lot of meals. Started out with 110. We still got over 100 of them. And what their rate of consumption would be, I have no earthly idea. But fact of the matter is, had to go away. This negative influence could be somebody, a friend. Hey, let's go out and go drink and talk. Having a beer and socializing is not a big deal. However, if you're using the alcohol to self-medicate, that is a big deal. And they have all the best intentions in the world. And it could be as simply as not necessarily removing that person from your life at that stage. It could be simply explaining to them, hey, I can't do that. It's not safe for me. It's not a good idea. You might just go along and have a soda. And there's advantages to this. It gets you out of your home environment, anonymity in public. because in general, people tend to mind their own business in public, so you're out in public, but they're normally not paying attention to what you're talking about because it's your conversation, not theirs. So there are potential advantages. You just have to be mindful of those potential influences. Some will, I've not experienced it personally, but I've seen it for other people where they'll goad them and egg them into drinking ridiculous amounts of alcohol that they don't need to be, especially if they're already demonstrating problems with potential dependency issues. So just be mindful of your influences, not just people, your environment. Some of them, like I said, they could have the best intentions in the world, but inadvertently they're pushing you down the wrong path. Thank you all for all the support. Any of these videos you find helpful, thank you. I'm glad I can help. I hope I can help. If this helps one person, absolutely. It's worth every gosh darn second. And a lot of this could be helpful to people not just suffering from PTSD, depression, anxiety, PTSD. Anybody that is suffering from these sort of circumstances. I don't necessarily view myself as suffering. I've learned to deal with it using coping skills, stuff that I enjoy doing already, so it makes it fairly simple and fairly seamless for me. I do have my setbacks on occasion. Just let stuff get to me and not be mindful of it, but that's human nature. That's no different than anybody else. I mean, no depression, anxiety, or anything, and kind of just have one of those days where you're just better off left alone. But that's just the honesty of it. So anybody you might know, average Joe Blow, law enforcement, military, medical services, especially right now, I do not envy those people whatsoever. But thank you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.